I drew this picture about a month ago after we'd been to Poland, and we went to an apothecary that had lots of jars of various different things that would have been used in alchemy. And I thought about the fact that jars and wombs and cauldrons sort of have a similar aesthetic. And so I decided to draw a picture that was an urn and then to see what transpired. On the plane on the way back from Poland, I dozed off to sleep and I dreamt that I was seeing this sort of wall inside a temple, and there were these hieroglyphics on, which are I wrote some of them down. I couldn't possibly write them all down because they were coming in so fast, but there's these on the left-hand side. So you have the beetle, which is associated with Khepri and the idea of rebirth, two palms, which is associated with the phoenix and also I think the months. A hippo, which may be Taweret or chaos, or both. A feather, which may be Mat, which is truth or rightness. At the bottom, I drew a lake. I think that possibly represents Lake Nasser, which is a reservoir essentially, but it would have been part of Nubia, which was home to the pharaohs, including the Kush Empire. I haven't found the symbol above that, but they do look like boobs to me. So I did research that briefly, and it was used as a symbol, and I was intrigued by this reference to the breast out of the tree being a representation of the goddess. So in the main picture you have two tubes which are coming down, which essentially they would be like the fallopian tubes. On the one on the right hand side there's a face with like a jar on top of it, which would be a representation of Nut, and then there's almost like disintegration, feathers, etc., which I guess is the monthly cycle. There's what looks like an eye, and then like an open mouth with red fire sort of coming out of it, which would represent menstruation. And then you've got this other fallopian tube that's going up, and there's like birds coming out of it also into fire, and there's like an M on the end of that one. At the top of the image is what looks like a crown. And in the actual main womb part at the bottom, on the right hand side, there's this sort of blue semicircle, and next to it on the left is a blue T. When I googled what that semicircle referred to, it said that it was actually a representation of the letter T, which was also a bread bun. And that symbol was used to denote that something was feminine. What all that means altogether, I'm not too sure, but I'm sure more will come up as time goes along, and at some point I'll be inspired to write a poem. Please like and subscribe if you're interested in this stuff.